Good morning, children. We will start our online classes from today onwards. So, today we will start with a new unit, Unit 3, The World of the Living. And we will start with the 7th chapter, which is called Things Around Us. We all are familiar with the things around us. What are the things around us? There are so many things that we can see around us, which are divided into two main parts, living and non-living. Whatever you see around you, like the trees, the rivers, the animals, everything can be divided into two main parts, that is living and non-living. Hope you all know what is a living thing and what is a non-living thing. The trees, the animals, the human beings, all these are living things. And what are non-living things? The rivers, the trees, the water, all these things are non-living things. Can you tell me what is the difference between living and non-living thing? Yes, you can easily tell, right? But what is the similarity between living and non-living things? What is same between them? Only one thing is same, that each thing can be divided into very small particles, the smallest particle, which is the basic structural unit of the thing, right? The basic structural unit in the living being is the cell. Means each living thing is made up of millions of smallest unit, which is called as the cell. And the basic structural unit in a non-living thing is the molecule. Okay, each non-living thing is made up of small molecules which join together to form a bigger non-living thing. Okay, here I have shown you the pictures of the cells in the living things and a molecule of water, that is H2O. It is a molecule of water. The water that we drink or we can see around us is made up of many thousands of molecules of water, right? So, we will study what are the characteristics of living organisms, what makes them living. How do we know that they are living organisms? These are the characteristics or the qualities of a living organism. What are the characteristics? There are 10 characteristics. We will study them in details one by one. Cellular organization, eating and feeding, respiration, growth, movement, excretion, response to stimuli, reproduction, adaptation, lifespan. The first characteristic of living things is the cellular organization. All the living things are made up of smallest unit, that is cell. I told you it already that each and every organism is made up of cells. The animal may be unicellular or multicellular, or the plant also may be unicellular or multicellular. Whether it is a plant or animal, it is a organism, right? If the organism is unicellular, means all the life processes are carried out within the single cell of the organism, it is called as unicellular organism. There are many examples like amoeba, paramecium, euglena, bacteria and yeast. All the life processes of these unicellular organisms are carried out inside the single cell of these organisms. And in case of multicellular organisms, means just an example for like we human beings, we are made up of many thousands and millions of cells, right? So we are multicellular organisms. The plants, the animals we see around us, they are multicellular organisms. There, the different life processes are carried out by different organs. Okay. This type of organization is not found in non-living organisms, right? These are found only in case of living things. The second characteristic is eating and feeding, that is nutrition. Do the non-living things eat? No. only living things eat and feed themselves. Two types of feeding is found. One is autotrophic mode of nutrition and the other is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Plants carry out autotrophic mode of nutrition. They synthesize their own food with the help of the process called as photosynthesis. We have already learned about this. And most of the animals, they carry out heterotrophic mode of nutrition, means they take other plants or animals to feed themselves, right? They cannot synthesize their own food. So they carry out heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Third characteristic is respiration. What is respiration? It is a life process where the food that we eat is broken down inside the single cells, each and individual cell, to give carbon dioxide, water and energy. And for this process, oxygen is needed. It is the oxidation of the food to produce energy. The energy produced is utilized in all the life processes that are carried out within the organism. Some may know that breathing is respiration, but breathing is not the complete respiration. Breathing is only a part of respiration. The oxygen that we take during breathing is utilized to break down the glucose molecules into carbon dioxide, water and energy inside each and every cell. And after that, the carbon dioxide produced is given out by exhalation. That is called as respiration. The respiration involves all these processes, okay? And breathing is a part of respiration. And as I said, non-living things don't undergo respiration, okay? The fourth characteristic of living things is growth. All the living things grow. What is growth? Growth is increase in the size of an organism. All the plants, all the animals, they grow in size during their lifetime, right? And this growth is irreversible. Can a grown-up child be converted back into an infant, a baby? No. So, the growth is irreversible. And also the rate of growth is different in different organisms. Some may grow very fast, some may grow very slow, right? Some examples are baby grows into child, child grows into adult, and adult grows into an old human being, right? Similarly, a seedling grows into a tree. Also, the chicken grows into cock or hen. The fifth characteristic is movement. All the living things move. Either they can move from one place to another, just as in case of animals. Animals can move from one place to another for different activities, right? For feeding, for finding something. They can move from one place to another. This is called as locomotion. Also, they can move their body parts like their tails, their ears, their hands, their arms, their legs. This is called as movement of a part. But plants cannot move from one place to another, right? But their leaves can move, their parts can move, right? When the wind is blowing, their parts are moving. So plants are unable to carry out locomotion, but their parts are moving. The sixth characteristic is excretion. What is excretion? Excretion is the elimination of wastes. We remove the wastes from our body by different processes. We remove the urine, we remove stool, we remove sweat. All these things carry the toxic substances, the waste substances from our body, right? Similarly, in plants, gum or the latex is removed from the body. Have you seen green colored substance, liquid substance coming out of the branches when you scratch them, right? There is some liquid coming out. This is called as the excretion in plants. You must be knowing that rubber is the latex of rubber plants, right? This is just an example. So we have learned about different characteristics of the living things. Remaining we will study tomorrow in details, right? Please revise all these and be ready for a surprise test. I will take a test anytime, right? For your homework, please complete the answers of the question paper given for the midterm exam, right? I will give you the answer key. You just write the question and answers and submit it to me during the clarification hours. Thank you and have a nice day.